Hello everyone, it's Alan at P9 Training, and before we get properly into the 1980s football gangs, I'm going to do this little video about popular culture and how movies impacted the gangs of Newcastle.
Because you and Daddy love each other so much.
Yes, and what can I do for you?
Through our modern history, movies have impacted the way that gangs act. So I've chosen 4 films that we think have massively impacted gangs. These 4 movies were chosen because they actually influenced the gangs into change and to copy what they were doing. I'm also going to advise you to watch the 4 films that I'm about to mention and think about the era when they were made. There was no mobile phones, TVs were limited to what you could watch, and everything was influenced by the big screen. We're going to start with a 1955 American movie, Rebel Without a Cause. Rebel Without a Cause targeted the post-war youths. James Dean plays a character called Jim Stark, a young lad trying to fit in a new town. He tries too hard and ends up getting into all kinds of scrapes. This was the first time that a teen rebellion movie had taken off. The film showed teenagers as a separate social category, and it created a bit of an iconic hero in Jim with his defiance. The film influenced fashion and music, with the growing popularity of rock and roll music as the soundtrack helping to influence the Teddy Boy movement in and around England. Film number 2, A Clockwork Orange. In 1971, Stanley Kubrick released his violent classic for the British audiences. The film came out right in the middle of probably the most active years for street gangs in England, and many of the gang members started to dress like them, and some even carried out similar violent attacks that had been portrayed in the film. Some gangs even changed their name to align with the movie, such as the Long Bent and Agro Boys changing their name to Long Bent and Clockwork. The film was withdrew by Kubrick in 1973 due to copycat crimes and pressure from the public and police, not before it had left a massive impact on the kids and gangs who had managed to see it. And film number 3, which happens to be my personal favourite, The Warriors. This 1979 cult classic, directed by Walter Hill, follows a gang in their attempts to escape other gangs in New York's Bronx district, and they have to fight their way back to their home area of Coney Island. The movie used many real gangs, and they can be seen in the conclave scenes at the beginning of the film. The film caused so much violence and graffiti at cinemas that Paramount Pictures stopped advertising it and released the cinema from their obligation to show it. In England there were fights outside most cinemas following the showing, and it's been blamed for a rise in gang membership following its release. And finally, film number 4, Quadrophenia. Another 1979 film by The Who saw Quadrophenia hit the screen. The movie follows Jimmy, a young lad who was part of the post-war baby boom, trying to navigate his way through 60s London. Jimmy's involvement in a gang of mods results in drug taking, violence, arrest, and ultimately mental breakdown. Following the release of the movie, England saw a massive mod revival. Many of the skinheads turned into scooter boys, and the clothing changed from bleached jeans and DMs to smarter clothing. Many of the mod revival gangs later formed into dresser or casual gangs, as the clothing became a real focal point for what they were about. Now, I don't believe there's been a great film made about street gangs since the 1970s. The modern day stuff like Green Street and box sets like Top Boy, they've been watched by millions of people, but they don't really influence gangs into doing anything new. They just kind of highlight what's already happened and what's currently happening. These earlier movies really got gangs thinking about the way they were, about the way they dressed, about the way they acted, and even about the way they were organised from inside the gangs. Personally, I don't think we'll ever see a classic street gang movie made ever again. So what I'm going to suggest you do is over the weekend, dust your Betamaxes off, get your old videotapes out and have a good watch of them and see what you think they're like compared to the modern era. Other than that, thank you for tuning in and I will see you next time.